Hey y'all, Pestis Deathbird here, ready to tell a story. It is now Thursday night, and this story is also a story involving guys and a story of when I was a teenager because I can't think of any other stories to tell, and nothing really crazy has happened recently to me because of, having to stay home because of COVID-19. Anyway, this story happened when I was about 16 or 17 years old, and it was on the way back from an out of state youth group trip. Now, there was more boys than girls on this trip, and out of boredom, out of boredom and an overabundance of tampons, well, let's just say that was a very odd combination. Plus, but I'll save that for another story. Just remember that there were more boys than girls in this story. And if it sounds like I'm, got a cold or something, I'm kind of starting to lose my voice because I was on the phone for a while chatting with a really good friend of mine who is hard of hearing, so I had to speak up. Anyway, so getting back to this story, we're going to focus on the boys. Now, the other part of this story, if you want to hear it, tell me in the comments below. If you don't want to hear it, hey, that's cool too. Now, back to my point. The boys decided that they were going to have a drinking contest along with the head chaperone. There was only one female chaperone and the rest were all male. Now, remember what I said about it mostly being more boys than girls. Now, and yes, little disclaimer, yes, this story is safe for work. And if you got kids near your phone right now, this story is safe for children as well. Anyway, they decide they're going to have a soda drinking contest. And they wanted to see how many people, how many soda, not only how many bottles of soda they could chug at one time, but who could hold it the longest before needing to go to the bathroom. Now, all the girls and the female chaperone, we all went to the bathroom. We all used the facilities. We were ready to go. The boys, they decided not to use the facilities. And keep in mind, they had not relieved themselves in a couple hours anyway. So they do this contest. They drink loads of soda. And then they pile in the van. Girls were like, okay, we're going to have to pull over. Well, I lost track of time. I have that uncanny ability to be reading a book while in a moving vehicle, not as the driver, but as the passenger. Very important to specify that. Anyway, so as it so happens, we were out in the middle of nowhere on the highway. There were woods on either side of us, and all the boys, there was two-way radios communication between all the chaperones and the other vehicles. All the boys, including the group leader, had to pee. And I mean, they couldn't hold it. They were about to go in their pants. They had to pee, and they had to pee right then and there. Well, we all pull over. Now, my bus was being driven by the group leader. So, of course, we pull over. All the other buses pulled over, part of our group. Every single boy, they all practically ripped the doors open. Every single boy raced out. They didn't even get into the woods a little bit. All the girls, we thought, hey, the boys are going to go in the woods a bit, relieve their bladders, and come out again. No such luck. These boys lined up, and just in a line. They didn't even space out. They were up against each other, hip to hip almost, and the youth director. Well, I happened to see a marked police car, come and stop. And I was like, he's going to call back up. It's against the law to pee on the side of the road like this. Everybody's going to jail. The group leader left his phone in the van. And I was like thinking, I'm going to have to use this guy's phone and hope he's got the minutes to call my dad and be like, Dad, the group leader just got arrested, and there's not enough people to drive us back home again. Come get me and my friends. Come get me and the other girls. And I thought that was going to be the phone call. When I saw that police officer, I thought for sure everyone's going to get, told, pull your pants up, put your hands behind your back, that type of thing, right? Well, that did not happen. This officer comes up to the last guy in the line, stands there. The officer starts relieving his bladder and talking to the group leader. Well, it was one of those things. We're waiting for everyone to get arrested. That did not happen. All the, boys and the chaperones and the leader got into their vehicles again, kept on going down, and the trip home was finished without incident. Now, if you're wondering why I told that story and the story yesterday, I just want to say that I thought long and hard before I told either story. I almost didn't say anything at all, but, both stories were too funny not to share. And regardless of your gender identity or who you are, I just got to say, think things through before you go do them. Hope you're having a good day, y'all.